Hey wannabes, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Diego.
I'm Ashlyn, and we're Wannabe Travelers, and this is
Wannabe Camp Host. Alright, so last episode we told you all about how we got our first camp hosting job here at Yellow Rock Campground. Today, we wanted to switch it up and go a little bit more in depth and talk about what is camp hosting and what are we doing.
What are we doing, baby?
So
we do a lot of things.
We do a lot, and it's really fun. We're really enjoying it. So if you want to kick it off with, what is camp hosting?
What is camp hosting? Well, I think we can safely say that there's three types of camp hosting, right? We're doing, I feel like, the more younger version of camp hosting.
Right.
Where we need our site for free, guys.
Yep.
We're at the age where we need our bills paid. And we need all of our wages paid. We want to work 40 hours. Not everyone out there has to work 40 hours, but that's what we need to get by, pay our bills, do our thing. So that's one type of camp hosting.
The second type is pretty similar. However, you're not getting all your hours paid. You're doing it for an exchange, right? So you're working 20 hours a week, but those 20 hours are covering your site rent and your site bills as well. And that's kind of something that I didn't even think was an option for us. Obviously, like we've been pretty forward about wanting always to like make sure we pay down the debt and pay our bills and all that stuff. So when I first interviewed with a couple people, when I first even started talking to a couple people, when they were offering this option, I was like, oh no. This isn't going to work at all.
We're going to be broke.
Yeah, but it worked out just fine. Yeah. And then there is a third option, and something that you will notice from all of these is you're at least getting a full hookup site. It's really the hourly wage that's different.
What works for you, right?
Right. So this final form is you get a full hookup site, you get hours paid, but out of those hours paid, you're getting a deduction for rent. As I've been looking for a winter spot, which is exciting stuff, but
we'll tell you later.
But as I've been looking for it all, we're kind of noticing that it's getting to the point where in the winter, everyone's kind of charging for rent.
Yeah, well, they need less employees.
Right.
I mean, in most places, there's just not a lot going on in the winter, you know?
Right.
Unless you're going really south, which is, we've already done that, guys. We've already been south.
Yes.
We don't want to go further south.
So remember, there's three arrangements, all come with a full hookup site. One is all wages paid. Mm-hmm. The other is no wages paid, and the other one is wages paid with rent.
So which one's right for you, right?
Yeah, so out of that, just pick what's right for you. Don't stress about it too much. It
just depends. It just depends on where you're at in life, why you're doing camp hosting. If you look like these people, you could be retired. You know.
Who are those people?
Those are my parents.
Love you, Darren and Debbie.
You know, they're retired. They don't need to work 40 hours a week, and they don't need to get paid for 40 hours a week. They got it covered, you know. So if you're like them, you just need a part-time gig. Maybe you just want to work, you know, and you don't need to get paid. There are a lot of volunteer positions as well. Yeah. So just depends.
Yeah, coming back to the winter search for us, I realized there's a lot of state parks that offer volunteer. So I spoke to one in North Carolina, and they were just like, hey, well, it's 15 to 20 hours. The guy didn't care what hours they were, as long as the job was getting done.
They're like 3 hours a day, or you could do 10 hours a day and just get it done, like whatever.
So
everyone's super lenient. Yeah. Like camp hosting it doesn't feel very strict. It's just kind of go with the flow, and you might have those operations out there where they are like, we're doing this, but what we've learned is it's pretty casual.
And ultimately, like we said earlier, it's just circumstantial. Whatever fits your boat, your budget the best, go for it.
So we hope you do it.
Yeah. So now, what are we doing? What are we doing here at Yellow Rock besides having fun?
What aren't we doing, baby?
That's fair. What are we not doing?
Ooh, what are we not doing? We're not scheduling people. We don't do that.
No, we don't. What do you mean by scheduling people?
Like scheduling shifts for people.
Oh, no. Daisha did that for us.
Yeah,
Thank
see?
God.
You know, we're not. I don't know. We do a lot.
We do a lot. So I think the best way to open this up is we're going to tell you what we do right now.
Yeah.
And then we're going to tell you what we do right now individually. So right now we are openers. We have the opening shift at our
Open
campground.
up the gate.
Yeah, open up the gate. We have the opening shift of our campground. So our day starts from 8 and it ends at 4 or 5 o'clock.
4:30.
Which I'm just now realizing is an 8 to 5.
It's a 9 to 5.
It's a 9 to 5, 8 to 5.
We're doing 9 to 5.
Yeah.
But it's not corporate.
It's not corporate. It's not corporate.
Good job, baby. Yeah, we noticed the other day, we were like, wow, we're actually doing a 9 to 5. We were trying to get away from that. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But I honestly like it. It gives us a lot of free time.
It does.
Because the sun doesn't set until like 10.
Right.
Which is awesome.
That being said, it does make us feel really lazy.
Yeah, I
because,
feel old.
Yeah, like there's so many times we're in bed at 8 and it's still
The sun is like-
so bright outside, and I'm just like, I should be hiking. I should be doing something. But
We're
we're
tired.
gonna get there. We're gonna do so many cool, fun things this summer.
Yeah, we really
Just
are.
not
We got
yet.
a list, guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yes. Like we said last time, we've planned it. It's ready. Just give us a second.
I don't know. Our mic's so good that you can pick up the truck in the background. All right. Since we're openers, what does your opening shift look like?
Okay, my
I
opening.
mean, I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
Tell it to the audience.
Fair. So my opening shift, I come in 8 o'clock. I help open the office, and by that I simply mean I walk into the office, unlock it, and wait for my arrivals departures list, and then that's it. That's all I do at the office.
It's kind of entertaining, though. I love printing out that list and being like, wow, we have 5-10 people
Yeah.
coming in today, and we have 5 people leaving. Like, it's really fun to know who's in the park. It's like a little
Yes.
creepy, but I like it.
Yeah. And it also makes us. There's a lot of ownership that comes with this. Like you feel like you're proud of the park. You're proud of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of ownership, and like when you get to see who's arriving, who's
Yeah.
leaving, it just adds to it.
Feels
It's
like-
really good.
It feels like a lot of responsibility in the sense like it's not our park, but it feels like our park, and we want to take care of it, and we want to know who's coming in and
Yeah.
out, and we want everyone to be safe and happy, and yeah, feels good.
Yeah. So, anyways, again, come in at 8. I get an arrivals departures list. I am back outside of the office in like 10 minutes, probably less.
Yeah.
And
8:10, he's out.
And that's where my day outside really begins. I walk around the site, and I first go to, I call it my poop roundup. I go to all the poop canisters for
The dogs.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I pick up all the poop, and I go back and I throw it away.
Now, guys, he's not picking up the poop.
No, I
Like,
have
people
a-
have already put it in the canister, and he's
Yeah,
just
it's in the bag, it's everything. I even got a little reacher in there.
Yeah.
A little picker-upper Darren, you'd really like it.
yeah.
And
A Twizzler, that's what he calls it.
a Twizzler, really?
Yeah, that's what he calls things.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Your dad's so odd.
We'll put a photo so you know what a Twizzler looks like.
And after that, it's onto trash. We have about 3 like small Rubbermaid, like 30-gallon Rubbermaid bins
Yeah.
around the campground. We have one. The one that's usually the fullest is the one out in dry camping.
I was just gonna ask, which one is the fullest?
Yeah, dry camping.
Because
for
I feel
sure.
like, well, right now we're kind of slow, so I don't know if any of the trash cans are that full, but are they?
Dry camping gets full when people are here, probably every second day. So, like-
Interesting.
So if like people check in on a Friday, it's full by Sunday. If
Okay.
cheap, things like that. But
Now you know, guys.
yeah. So after that's done, again, all that trash gets thrown away. Trash bags get replaced. I'm now back onto.
Now it's 8:20. I'm
Now
just
it's-
kidding.
Honestly, sometimes it is that quick.
Sometimes it's fast,
Sometimes it's like
yeah.
8:30, 8:45.
And I'm like, can you go? Like, you have things to do. Pretend at least.
Yeah. Sometimes. So sometimes it's like 8:30, 8:35, 8:30, 8:45.
We're like, slow start to the day.
Yes, exactly. And I'm picking up pine cones and sticks. You see these beautiful pine trees everywhere? They have pine needles and pine cones
They have
everywhere.
pine cones daily.
Yes.
It's like, I don't know how they grow them that fast,
Yeah.
but they do, and they drop every single day.
My favorite thing is like I'm done picking up, I go do something else, and then we come back. We're on our way to our camper for lunch, and she's like, "So did you even pick up pine cones?"
It's like there's like 10 right there in front of you. I'm like, what? do you even want this job? No, but in all seriousness, they do really drop that fast.
Yeah.
But it's like the most reward. Like, okay, it sounds stupid, like picking up pine cones, picking up needles, but it's literally the most rewarding thing, I feel like.
Yes.
I mean, besides the customers and the guests. But
Right.
just seeing like the landscape all crisp and clean.
Yes.
There's a sense of accomplishment there.
Yep, there is. So,
If that's what you're looking for in a job,
right.
it's right here.
So then from 9 to 11, it's really just general maintenance for me. Whether that's 9 o'clock is when we kind of get to fire up all of our machines. So that looks a lot like weed eating, mowing, things of that nature. At 11 o'clock, I clean the bathrooms. And that is
Glamorous.
a set schedule. My
That he
very
has forgotten.
first shift, I forgot. Daisha was like, "So Diego, what time is it?" And I was like,
He goes, it's 11.
I was like, "It's 11:15. Why?" She goes, "You have something to do, don't you?" I'm like, "I'm picking up my pine cones right now. What do you mean?" She goes, "The bathrooms." I was like, yes.
But it's good. It's good to have a set schedule for bathrooms like that because we have immaculate clean bathrooms every single day
Yeah.
for our guests. And
We've
not all
got-
places do that.
We've gotten so many compliments, not like us particularly, but the campground gets so many compliments on the daily about
Yeah.
like how clean the facilities are kept.
Yeah.
And people
How
just
nice
really
it looks,
appreciate
yeah.
that. And you might be coming to camp, you might be doing all that jazz, but like
I feel like you
you
want
don't
a nice
want to,
bathroom.
yeah, you don't want to walk into something nasty and dingy and all that stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
I
perfect.
would agree.
Yeah.
There's been numerous times where I've seen a bathroom like, not going in that one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just, you don't want to, yeah, those are just memories you don't want to keep in your mind.
So from 11 to 12, I'm cleaning the bathrooms. I'm done with that. We go to lunch at 12.
30-minute lunch
30-minute lunch break. Woo!
Tuna.
Tuna salads. Honestly, guys, tuna salads.
I'll drop the recipe. Well, I can't even say it's my recipe. I got off of TikTok. But it's so
been
good.
so good. Like, I've genuinely loved it.
High in protein, low in calorie,
Yeah.
and it kind of keeps us full.
Very full.
Some days we want 2 tuna cans, but most days it's just 1.
It's just the one. After lunch, again, back to more maintenance. General maintenance. Can't really, general maintenance, by that I mean landscape maintenance. Back to mowing,
Yeah.
back to weed eating.
It's not like any mechanical things that like
Right.
some
At
like
least- at
if
least
you
it
weren't
hasn't been
mechanically
yet,
inclined
right.
and you signed up for this job, like you're not shit out of luck, right?
Right.
Like you will know how to do most of these things, you know.
That being said, I did get the Craftsman lawnmower to work
You did.
that no one else had gotten to work.
See,
So,
if you have these skills, they are valuable,
You're
but
welcome.
not needed.
yeah. Not needed,
Not
but
in a
very
bad way,
valuable.
because we love your skills. But for those watching,
Fair enough. Fair
You know.
enough. Yeah. Yeah, and again, it's a lot of just ground maintenance, and you're picking up trash.
Yeah.
Daisha calls it micro trash. Like,
Yeah, like a
she's
little
really
tiny-
big on micro trash. Like, make sure it's
well, like honestly, you don't really. He doesn't come in at all day. He's like 8 hours, like straight
8
up
hours.
outside,
I'm outside.
which is wild because I could never.
No,
No, I would die.
You don't.
I
You just don't.
I don't really go outside.
No.
Well, I'm okay with that.
And it's gonna change. Like, I'm sure it's gonna change. It's gonna get busier. I split firewood as well.
That's fun.
Make the bundles, all that stuff. Right now, it's been really fun getting to know the campground, getting used to all the sites.
Yeah. Before it gets too busy.
Yeah, and I'm really, really looking forward to getting it for the campground to be busier.
Yeah.
And just
Because that means
interacting
like the
with-
grounds crew will have more of a hand in taking the guests to their spots. And
Yes.
Right now, when there's just 1 or 2 guests coming in, like it's pretty easy for the
Yeah.
front of house.
I will
to really
say
take care of
around
it.
1 o'clock, like last weekend, is when
It got crazy.
It got crazy. Like,
I was flustered.
You were flustered.
I was scared.
Uh,
I said, I can't do this.
Yeah. Around 1 o'clock is whenever the grounds crew kind of starts teaming up with the office crew, and we're taking people to sites and all that stuff. And I love that. I love
It's so
talking
fun.
to people
Yeah.
and like, why are you here? What's going on? Let me see your rig.
Yeah, show me your itinerary.
Yeah.
Why are we in Missoula? Yeah.
It's
No,
great.
it's super fun. Yeah.
And
It'll
so, yeah,
get busy,
so
yeah.
that's kind of the gist right now for me as a opening crew member at this moment. It's been really fun.
I love that for you, baby.
I think we need a little bit more wine.
Oh, okay. That's all I get.
Okay, so love. I think I know what you do, obviously, for your opening shift and routines. But what are you doing? And tell everybody else who might have a question about it.
Well, my morning's a lot simpler than his, honestly. It's a little more feminine, if you will. But like he said, we walk into the office together, you know, and turn the lights on, turn the computers on, make sure the phone is set to ringing. So we can
Yeah, what does that mean? Because
I think she forwards the calls to herself at nighttime. So like if somebody were to show up late and call, it would go to her phone and not nobody. So we unforwarded it and it goes back to the office. So when people call in, we can answer it.
I've actually genuinely never understood what she's meant by that.
Yeah.
Because every now and then she's in the office with us when we get there, and she's like, "Would you unforward the phone?"
Yeah. Call forwarding is like kind of an older thing, I feel like.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I like it.
I've never set it up,
Thank you.
so I don't know. But I just know what it does.
Okay.
But yeah, so we got the phones on if anybody needs to call. Like he said, I print out the arrivals and departures sheets. So the departures is everyone who's leaving the campsite, and you know, we got to go make sure that they're gone at a certain time, otherwise late fee. Just kidding. I don't really feel like we charge a lot of late fees unless it's like packed, but
yeah, just the other day 44 was like, "Hey, I'm waiting on a package," right?
Yeah, but nobody was coming into 44, so we were like, of course you can stay. Like, you know, like we're not gonna make you leave because your package is late. Like that's just crazy. But yeah, so I give the departure sheet to him or to anybody who's on groundskeeping, and they go out and they just make sure all the sites are cleaned up and that people are leaving accordingly, which is really great. I feel like it's a pretty smooth routine in the morning.
Yeah.
The arrival sheet, like I don't really have a lot to do with that just because they don't arrive until after lunch. So in the morning it's pretty chill with the arrivals, obviously.
Yeah.
But after that, you know, it's pine cone picking. He's out doing the pooper scooping and I'm pine cone picking. So that's pretty chill. I like it. It's hard though when the weather is kind of iffy because then I'm like, I don't want to pick pine cones in the rain.
Yeah.
So I kind of just have to stay inside. He doesn't get to go inside, but I get to stay inside.
I just go get my raincoat and bear. What's it called?
Bear the weather.
Bear the weather.
Bear the weather.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my mornings are pretty chill. I mean, the phone right now is pretty slow, but it rings pretty consistently. And people just have questions about their reservations, or they're canceling a reservation, or they're moving it, or they're calling to make a reservation. So I handle all of that in the mornings. I'm alone until noon, so it's just me running the show unless Daisha comes in.
Yeah. Just you and your thoughts.
Me and my thoughts, just alone in the world. Hi. No, but I like my mornings. They're quiet, and we can also like look at the schedule. And what's unique about our park is that most of the sites are different lengths. So when people go to book, sometimes they misinterpret what they're supposed to do, and they don't put in the right length. And so we kind of like to go through all the reservations, just make sure, like, is it the total length or is it just the length of the trailer?
Yeah.
And a lot of times people just put the length of the trailer, and if it's a 45-footer, like, and the truck is 20 foot, it's not going to fit in a 45-foot spot. You know, I mean, logically it makes sense, but on paper they just won't fit.
Yeah.
So we go through and make sure all those are correct and give them calls and just make sure we got the rig right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good.
It's a pretty chill morning.
What's your afternoon looks like?
Afternoon? Honestly, our afternoons look a little different sometimes. Daisha can have random projects for organizing, cleaning. You know, we could be out with the grounds crew helping rake and all of that because there's a lot to rake.
Yeah.
But lately, as we start to pick up, that's when our arrivals show up.
Right.
And so that's when our guests show up and we get them all checked in, we make sure their bill's paid, and we give them the rundown of the campground and show them to their spot. That's my favorite part, is getting on the golf cart. Be like, hey, come follow me. Come follow me to your spot. That's also kind of the hard part, is because each spot has like a different route to get there.
Yeah.
Based off of if it's a van or if it's big, like a travel trailer or motorhome.
Yeah.
But then what's great is like the grounds crew will step in, and once I get them to their spot, they'll help back them up, because Lord knows I'm not good at backing people up.
No.
So, yeah.
We found out really quick that if we're backing up, Ashton should be doing the driving.
Yeah.
Ash should be doing the instructing because you don't give good
I
instructions.
don't give good instructions. That's something I got to work on.
Yeah.
If I ever want to be.
That's okay.
No, if we ever want to own a campground, I got to be able to give instructions to our
Right.
peeps.
Yeah, everyone on the campground. You gotta give instructions.
But yeah. So I kind of let the men handle backing people up. But sometimes does it sound bad?
No, that sounded fine. I just didn't expect it to be so like abrupt.
Yeah.
I let the man.
I let the men do it. But a lot of times, honestly, these people are pretty experienced in driving their RVs around. So
Something I've noticed about Yellow Rock is we get a lot of repeat clients.
Yeah.
Like these
That's
people
so cool.
will pull in and they're like, I know where I'm going. And I love that.
I was here last year.
Yeah, I love that for them. But Dacia's very adamant that like, I don't care if they were here yesterday.
Yeah,
You are taking them
we're
to your
showing
side.
them.
Yeah.
Because we are so small that you don't know if another rig is like in the way of you getting to your spot, and we just want it to go smoothly. Everyone
Yes.
gets a little crazy when they're getting off the road, so we just want it to be a smooth transition for everyone.
That being said, my favorite thing so far has been the walkies. Because
It's fun.
we get to talk to each other about like, hey, someone's coming out, don't bring anybody in yet.
Yeah.
Or someone's coming in, make sure no one's coming out.
Yeah.
Because for me, what's been interesting about this is how unique this park is all of our roads are two-way. So usually at RV parks you have a one-way road and then like
That
just
way
one
there's no
path leads you
cluster.
in and out. But here, because it's a smaller park with different unique sites, it's two ways, so that way people can come in and out. And we just
But
have
if
to
you're
stay on
taking
top of
someone
it.
this way because of this site and someone this way because of this site, but it's crossing, you could just get clustered. So
Yes. So
yeah,
it's okay. It's all right. It's a learning curve, but
Yeah.
it's been fun.
it's been great. So I mean, not all jobs are gonna be exactly like Yellow Rock Campground, right? Like you're gonna have a variety of different RV jobs.
Yeah.
But I think for the most part, they're pretty similar.
Right. Yeah.
Like if you're in Florida, you're probably not picking up pine cones.
Yeah, but
you
you're
know?
definitely still mowing. And
Yeah.
that was something that actually threw me off because when we were coming here, we stayed at Alpine
Yeah.
RV Resort in Wyoming, and there wasn't a lot to mow there.
It's very concrete.
Very concrete, jungly. But the general manager there was like, a lot of my camp hosts, what they do is they mow. I was like, really? And now, here I am mowing. So
But it's confusing because I'm so used to like our 14 acres in Tomball. We let the grass grow because nobody's parking out there. We let it grow. So every 2 weeks we mow. But they want it so crisp and clean every other day, so you have to mow,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
And it makes sense. It's not a lot of mowing.
but it's mowing.
It's mowing nonetheless.
Right.
Like you don't see grass everywhere because of all the mowing.
Yeah.
It's just little tiny shards of grass being trimmed up the top.
Right. So it's fun. It's been great. I love being outdoors, so I love being outside all day. It's not a big deal for me.
Yeah.
And
It's a big deal for me.
Yeah, Ashlyn does appreciate that. There is the ability to stay inside, do
Yeah.
everything. Anyways, nonetheless, guys, we wanted to make sure you guys understood what camp hosting is, what type of arrangements there are, and right now we're the openers. You know, hopefully next month, after one of our trips, we will switch over to closing and learn how to close and deal with more of the arrival side of things. But for now, we open.
We love our
deal
chill
with,
mornings.
Yeah, we chill mornings. We open. We deal with departures, and it's been a blast.
Yeah,
it's
we've
been
had
a blessing.
great time. And
Can't-
the weather's just been top notch.
I'm in a sweater, and it's May 21st.
Yeah, couldn't do that in Texas, let me tell you.
And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably couldn't be outside all day in Texas. I
No.
wouldn't want to be outside all day in Texas.
And we've done that, you know, and like we're just used to it. But
Yeah.
like being here is just like such a different vibe. Being outdoors here is a different feeling.
Yeah, I agree.
It's nice, pleasurable, if you will. But yeah. So
All right, wannabes. Well, we'll catch you next time on another episode
Wait.
of.
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to know more about being a camp host.
Fair enough. And we'll see you next time on another episode of Wannabe
Camp
Camp
host.